interesting to delve in Egypt's history, not only the ancient but the modern as well. To know more about Egyptian leaders who played a magnificent role in history. One person among the many who have led Egypt through its 5,000 years of history is Muhammad Ali Pasha, an unusual visionary who knew how to use the talent and advice of his advisors. That his leadership expanded Egypt's influence and its agricultural technology into the surrounding countries. Inside the citadel, there are some historic sites that are must-see, that reflect modern Egypt. Though certainly not one of the most ancient mosques in Cairo, nor even one of the most historic because of its grandeur and its location in the citadel, the Mosque of Muhammad Ali, which is the most popular Islamic mosque among tourists. This mosque is also sometimes referred to as the Alabaster Mosque due to its extensive use of that stone on some of the exterior walls and other surfaces. The mosque is the largest structure built during the first half of the 19th century. It is more impressive from a distance than close up, though there its artistic merit is questionable. It is an unparalleled contribution to the skyline of Cairo, visible high atop the citadel grounds. It has a great dome and towering minarets that give the citadel a romantic oriental quality. It is almost certainly the first feature that catches one's eyes at the fortress. The Mosque of Muhammad Ali, in its architecture, Muhammad Ali Pasha achieved a radical break with all traditional characteristics of Cairo architecture from the Mamluk to the late Ottoman period. Originally, the planning of the mosque was assigned to Muhammad Ali's French architect Pascal Coste, who probably would have built it in the local Mamluk style, judging from his interest in Cairo's traditional architecture. However, for a reason, Muhammad Ali changed his mind and hired a Greek architect Yusuf Bushnak to design the mosque on a plan similar to that of the Mosque of Sultan Ahmad in Istanbul, known as the Blue Mosque. It was built in 1830, combined with its prominent location and its profile of domes flanked by a pair of slender high minarets, contributed to its prestige. Egyptians themselves place a great deal of pride in this monument. Pencil-shaped minarets, over 80 meters high, stand on bases only 3 meters wide. Though the architecture of the mosque is entirely Ottoman, the domes are, relative to their width, higher and less squat than those in Istanbul. The complex consists of two parts, the mosque proper to the east and the open courtyard or sahn to the west. plan of the mosque is a central dome carried on 4 piers and spherical pendentives flanked by 4 half-domes.
We are moving around Cairo. We're trying to bring you also something about the different places here, and something that is really very important when you have different places inside one square. So you can have the chance to visit different sites. So if you are in the square where you can visit the Citadel, for example, you have many different sites close to the Citadel where you can visit and enjoy. So for example, if we are talking about the mosques here, the area here has many of the interesting mosques to visit. Well, just behind the Citadel, very close to the Citadel, you can also enjoy visiting Sultan Hassan and Al Rifai Mosque. These mosques are really very interesting, and they have many beautiful sites inside. We are talking about beautiful architecture, beautiful design, talking about the facade of the Sultan Hassan Mosque. A lot of things actually to be mentioned. Let's find out together more about Sultan Hassan Mosque, Sultan Al Rifai Mosque, and we'll be back right after.
Some Western visitors to Egypt may initially have very little interest in seeing Islamic monuments, but on first sight, those with any interest in architecture will be impressed by the beauty and design of these Islamic medieval buildings. But the most important thing is not only to learn about the history of these mosques, but to understand the reason behind building each of them. Because Egypt has seen many influences from different numbers of many different ruling empires, including the Abbasid, Fatimid, Ayyubid, Mamluk, and Ottoman. And because Cairo specifically is a city of the world, Egypt offers a fair overview of mosque styles. Furthermore, its mosques date from the earliest periods of Islam up to now, including modern varieties. has some very notable as well as very important mosques, some of which may be visited while others are not open to touristic visits. Mosques in Egypt, and particularly Cairo, are actually complexes that include a number of other structures that may or may not be found attached to other mosques. For example, many mosques include an Islamic school facility called a madrasa or school. Others may have mausoleums and tombs, and even hospitals. Along with other structures within the complex, mosques may be located in strange places as well. The Sultan Hassan School or Madrasa is the Islamic world's most memorable monument. If the pyramids of Giza are the most astounding features of ancient Egypt, Sultan Hassan is that of Islamic Egypt. whenever you visit this mosque, you will be impressed with such a unique and huge building. The founder of this gigantic monument is the Sultan Hassan, son of the great Mamluk Sultan Al-Nasir Muhammad ibn Qalawun. Sultan Hassan ruled twice, the first time in 1347 when he was 13 years old, only to be dethroned by the other Mamluk princes and generals. The second time was in 1356 AD, and before he had time to put an end to the power of the princes and high officials, they revolted against him. Attacked by the chief of the army with other generals. It's said that he escaped from the citadel and hid in Cairo, but he was found and imprisoned, never to be seen again.
Well, that was all for our backpack for today. Thank you all for joining us. We're trying to bring you more about Egypt and more about the important destinations where you can enjoy your vacation. We always talk about the diversification of the tourism product. We try to bring you more about different kinds of tourism. But of course, it is very, very important to learn more about ancient history and culture and to visit historical sites, but also it is very, very important to learn more about modern Egypt. Here in Cairo, you have many different sites, you have many different mosques, you have many different palaces that can tell you more about modern Egypt. That was all for now. Thank you for joining us, and we'll be back with more about Egypt.